Chief Scientific Officer at the wellness company, Dr. Peter McCullough. A pleasure to have you both with us.
Great to be here.
You know, didn't age well for Morning Joe, but of course they're, all over the place now that Trump is reelected. Dr. McCullough, obviously RFK Jr., as Health and Human Services Secretary, would be looking at things with a more critical lens, which is what Americans, I believe, voted Donald Trump in to do. Your take on some of the good things that he could, be looking at, whether it be the NIH or whether it be making Americans healthy again.
Robert F. Kennedy, remember, if successfully confirmed, would lead Health and Human Services, which has over a dozen sub-agencies, big ones like CDC, NIH, FDA, HRQ. So he'll provide broad leadership, but I think his philosophy is one of inquiry, being data-driven, and to seek to improve the outcomes and improve the health of Americans. And I think he'll do that working through issue after issue as he assembles his team of physicians and scientists and administrators in Washington.
Dr. McCullough, in the early stages of COVID, President Trump was still in office, and there was a discussion about Ivermectin and what it would do. And this is surgeon and researcher. We want to play a clip from Dr. Kathleen Ruddy, who talks specifically about Ivermectin.
Ivermectin, as I said to you, is safer than a sugar pill. You'd have to take a lot to make yourself sick. Ivermectin is so non-toxic that if you gave someone, Ivermectin every day, if you did a randomized trial, these people are getting Ivermectin every day and these people are getting sugar pills every day, my prediction, test it, see what happens, would be that the people who are getting the sugar pills would end up having more harm, at least spikes in their insulin level, than the people taking Ivermectin.
Well, the media was beside themselves, and some Democrats saying it's horse dewormer. You lived through this. What's your take on where we stand now? And I guess since Elon bought X, we won't see as much censorship when it comes to statements like this anymore.
We should never have censorship of vital breaking information on treatment in the setting of a pandemic. And it turns out information was suppressed on nasal sprays, over-the-counter products, hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin, corticosteroids originally, colchicine, and we can go on and on. With ivermectin, it turned out to be one of the most versatile, useful drugs supported by dozens of studies. The one to cite is the ICON study, done in Florida, showing that ivermectin, when used through the continuum of care, reduced mortality in COVID-19 in 2020 by 50%. Now, we never had large prospective double-blind randomized placebo-controlled trials. However, why not give people the chance? I mean, every hospitalized patient should have received ivermectin in addition to all the other interventions. I think we could have dropped mortality for COVID-19 admissions.
Incredible. Let's ask you both about this. Long COVID, it's something people are dealing with today. What do you think is the best practice for people who think they have long COVID?
Our analysis here in my office in Dallas is that the long COVID syndrome is due to the spike protein, the retained spike protein, or the spine on the surface of the virus. It's not broken down by human enzymes very well. So we've published now 2 papers proposing that we use 3 natural products, nattokinase, bromelain, and curcumin, in combination to aid the body in degrading the spike protein. We have now, a first peer-reviewed publication demonstrating success and have thousands of patients under observation. So we think that should be a base. And then on top of that, for some of the chest syndromes, we add colchicine, which should be used in the case of inflammation in the chest, now broadly approved by the FDA for prevention of atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease events. Anyway, autoimmunity is typically a call for hydroxychloroquine. There has been some observational success with using a low-dose 7-milligram nicotine patch to improve mental clarity and post-exertional malaise.
Well,
so it's a difficult syndrome, but we're making inroads.
Yeah, it sounds like you are. It sounds like there's information that people can access and find more about. You just gave us some of it. So pleasure to have you both. Thank you for filling us in.
Bianca, 5 seconds. I just want to say that I've actually taken the Dr. Peter McCullough detox regimen for spike protein. Dr. McCullough, it's been a real honor to be on with you. I've been following your work since the beginning of COVID, and I thank you for all that you've done.
Thank you.
All right, thank you both. Dr. Frank Contachessa and Dr. Peter McCullough, appreciate you both for the information.